Hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching. We are in New Taipei City. This is the SBL Finals, and we are bringing you the action live thanks to 11 Sports. Thank you very much for sharing your feed today. Again, 11 Sports, we really appreciate it as we try to bring not just Asia, but the rest of the world some live basketball action with much of the action having unfortunately been shut down because of the coronavirus pandemic. But it's great to see these two teams on the court, Yulon and Taiwan Beer. Taiwan Beer having had the best record all season long. Well, they were in a 2-1 hole, but they have bounced back to win two straight, and they now lead this series 3-2. If they win today, the series is over and Taiwan Beer will be champions. And that will be the first time that they will have won the championship for a few years. So you see, Game 6, if necessary, will be played on Thursday. But today, it's all about taking it one step at a time. And that step today for Yulon is to win and survive. Yulon, again, have been very impressive in this series. Not so much during the regular season. They had a lot of ups and downs, actually finishing 500. But they won against Puan in their semifinals and advanced here to the title series to face Taiwan Beer, and really threw down the gauntlet to the team that a lot of people expected to march to the title in these finals, winning two straight games. Remember, Taiwan Beer awarded a victory before the SBL finals even began because of their superior record, winning both the first half and the second half of the regular season. And so they started out with a 1-0 lead, but then they trailed 2-1. Alarm bells were ringing in that next game as well when they trailed by several points at halftime. But since that point, they have turned on the style. They won that game, and then they came back as well, and they won on Sunday. So lots of storylines, interesting performances, what have you, you name it. We're bringing it to you here live today from New Taipei City. And once again, a huge thank you to 11 Sports for sharing this feed so the rest of the world can watch some live basketball. All of these players, of course, not able to play in front of fans because of the health measures in place, wanting to make sure that, first of all, we get control of this coronavirus, but the players have passed their health checks and have been deemed fit to be able to go out and to play, so it's exciting for us to be able to do that. These are two iconic clubs. Yulon actually winning the first three titles in this SBL history, and including in year 3, they won against Taiwan Beer, but then Taiwan Beer struck back and won the following 2 years in 2006, 2007, 2007, 2008. Taiwan Beer also won it in 2010, 2011. And 2015, 2016. That is the last time either of these two teams have won it. The last time, in fact, that Yulon were champions goes all the way back to the 2009-2010 campaign. Fubon Braves won it last season, but they chose to take part in the Asian Basketball League this season, so therefore not defending their title. We've had some stars from the past taking place in this series. None more big than Lu Chin-yu, who wears number 13 for Yulon. He was the MVP of the league back in the 2017-2018 season. And of course, the coaches for both of these teams, big names in Chinese Taipei basketball, both of them former players for the national team. Lee T.E. For Yulon and Cho Jun-san for Taiwan Beer. So welcome once again, folks. You are looking at the hardwood here in New Taipei City, and it is on. Game 5 between Taiwan Beer and Yulon. So they will be trading blows. If Taiwan Beer win today, they will clinch the title. So the onus is on Yulon to come out, be strong, and as we look at our commentating partners from 11 Sports, they show you the trophies that are at stake, and going through all the possibilities. Well, why don't we talk about these teams? Marcus Keene, certainly a great talent for Yulon, wears number 3. He will be on the court a lot at point guard. Cho Po-shin, the national team forward, wears number 8 for Yulon. Hu Kai-siang played very well at times in this series. Lu Chen-u, who I mentioned, again, played for the national team. We saw him in the Asian qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Chin Hao, also known as Doug Creighton, wears number 21, another national team player. And then we've got Li De-wei, Lu Guanliang, Sim Bular, the big 7-footer for Yulon, a real force in that paint on both ends of the floor. Lin Yi-wei, Lu Chi-er, and Guo Chao-nan, also on that roster for Yulon, playing for Coach Lee T.E. Remember, Lu has come on late in games to give Marcus Keene a rest and has played very well. Lin, of course, number 36, is quite the sharpshooter. There's Lu Chen-yu of the national team, and a lot of expectations on him. Here's some of the action that he has provided. He came out early last game and hit the three-pointer. He's been very good about putting the ball on the deck and going to the basket. He can play in the half court. He can play in the open floor, and a lot of excitement around his game. And you see Marcus Keene distributing and getting the ball to Lu there, who got that 4-point play in one of these games, and it was a huge one. It was on Sunday, in fact. So Lu will be hoping that he has saved his best 2 games for the end of the season, the best 2 games that have yet to be played. So Yulon coming out and being introduced here to this worldwide audience. We know a lot of people are watching. And while I have a minute, folks, let me remind you, send us 500 stars. And we'll give you a shout out, 500 stars on Facebook. And you can also send the 500 stars using the super chat on YouTube to get a shout out. So Lee T.E., I wonder if he'll have time to send us 500 stars. He's going to give some words here in Mandarin to the to those watching on TV. Meanwhile, we'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to the FIBA YouTube channel and also to follow us on FIBA Facebook. We really do enjoy the interaction during the contest. So you get those 500 stars to us, and we will definitely do our best to give you a shout out. A lot of interest in this series as well, as we've mentioned, because it kind of gives the rest of the world hope. Seeing these guys get back out there and play the game that we all love to see. They want to get out and play, and I guess they're the lucky ones, because there aren't that many that are doing it right now. But fingers crossed, everything is going to get back to normal around the world in the next several months, and hopefully the basketball will return sooner rather than later. Now, looking at Taiwan beer, Kentrell Barkley, Gang Wangji, Huang Song-han, you saw him go out, the national team player. Maybe, I guess he would get some votes for MVP of the series, as would Kentrell Barkley. See Cho Jun-san, the coach, Huang Zheng there on the right, wears number 0, and also Huang Honghan has been big. So here he is. I was just talking about it. Huang Song-han has been really nothing short of sensational the last couple of games. We've seen him do it for Chinese Taipei, come out and make some big plays, and he has really established himself, really stepped up in key moments in this series for Taiwan beer. So not surprisingly, he makes the highlight reel there at the beginning. Chan Wu-an, number 14, the point guard. You can't leave him open. Fan Shu-an wears number 15. Cho Po-shun of the national team, number 20. As we continue to look at Huang Song-han there with the warm-ups. Huang Hong-han also wears number 22 there for Coach Cho Jun-san, so he'll be getting some minutes. Zhou Yi-zong, Wang Haoji, number 27. Igor Zaitsev, the Ukraine international, wears number 32. Huang Jin is number 0. He has had some big performances. He was huge when this team leveled the series at 2-2. And Su Bo Chan also is a very important player, as is number 89, Chin. So a lot of players. Which ones are going to take center stage today? It's exciting just thinking about it. Again, thrilled to be able to bring you the action right now, bring you some live basketball, and a huge, huge thanks once again to 11 Sports for sharing their feed with us so that we can send this signal out to you around the world. So, Lee T.E., what do? You come out, you get a couple of big wins, you've got all the momentum, you're even leading at halftime of the next game and on the verge of going for a 3-1 lead in the series, and then lo and behold, you blow that lead, and that was on Friday, and then you lose again on Sunday, and all of a sudden you're staring at elimination. So mentally, this team needs a good start today. You think they do not want to fall behind early against Taiwan Beer. Taiwan Beer believing that they are within touching distance of that title. Here are some of the numbers that they're showing you. Again, the big number up at the top, 3-2, Taiwan Beer with that lead over Yulon. So Yulon and Taiwan Beer getting ready to trade blows. These two teams combined to win 5 of the very first titles in the SBL history, which dates back to the 2003-2004 campaign. Yulon, in fact, starting things off with a three-peat. And then it was Taiwan Beer's time. They lost in that third title win against Yulon, but then battled back to win 2 consecutive. So there are the referees for today's game. No smiles, all serious looks. They know what's at stake, as does Lou. You want to be relaxed, but you want to be focused and concentrated. And here are the starting lineups for today for Taiwan. Kentrell Barkley, Huang, Chang, number 14, number 20, Cho, and number 32, Igor Zaitsev. Marcus Keene, number 3 for Yulon, as well as Lu, number 13. Simbular is going to get the start, as well as Lin, number 36. And I missed one of them, and I will try to spot that one for you as quickly as possible for Yulon. So there's Igor Zaitsev, the Ukraine international. Kentrell Barkley hails from Durham, North Carolina, played his college basketball at East Carolina, if you're watching from America, played 3 years for the Pirates. Marcus Keene was at Youngstown State and then transferred, went to Central Michigan, and lo and behold, became the nation's leading scorer, averaging 30 points per game. He was sensational in college, and we've seen a lot of that here in this SBL Finals. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. We're in New Taipei City and looking at Game 5 of the SBL Finals. Taiwan Beer did get a win for having the superior record at during the regular season, and Marcus Keene comes right out and scores with a layup for the early lead for Yulon. So Taiwan Beer got the win. They effectively led this series 1-0 before the start. Then it was Yulon that won the first 2 games, actually played in the finals. And then it was, of course, bouncing back was Taiwan Beer. So they lead 3-2, and they're trying to go ahead and clinch today. Kentrell Barkley gets the offensive rebound, a putback, nobody boxed out. Lou launching it off the back of the iron. Igor Zaitsev flies in for the rebound. Now Kentrell Barkley has looked better and better as the series has gone along. Zaitsev, nobody within a country mile of him. He puts it up but misses. Now Keene, he's off target. And the one player that I failed to mention in that starting lineup gets the rebound. Guo Chao Nan, number 89, gets it over to Keene. 6 on the shot clock. Keene over to Guo, and Guo puts up an air ball, maybe a deflection, maybe a block shot there. Oh, spinning Chang, and is able to get the foul. So that will be a move that he no doubt practices. Watch Marcus Keene start things off with this drive down the lane, going right at Kentrell Barkley. And then Barkley said, I'm going to get on the scoreboard as well with that offensive rebound and putback. Now Chang has had some big halves in this final series, had 16 points in one first half. That was in game 3, had 14 to start. I think it was game 5. Here he is missing his first free throw attempt. Free throws really hurt Yulon in that last game. Shot 62% in the end, but they missed a lot. They were in the 50s, 50 percentage right for most of that game. Lou shakes, gets into lane, passes it outside. And missing was Lin. Well, that's living dangerously if you are Taiwan Beer, leaving Lin open. And the referees say it's going to be Taiwan Beer basketball. Kentrell Barkley crosses midcourt. Remember, folks, send us those 500 stars on Facebook, and we'll give you a shout out. We're also in the super chat on YouTube. Here, the three-point attempt, and it is good, a long way out. And from our possible MVP, Hwang Sung Han, drilling it. Well, that is a big mistake, leaving him open. He has been as hot as a Chinese Taipei firecracker. Marcus Keene steps back, shakes and bakes, gets in the lane, fades, puts it up, doesn't go, but there for the tap was number 89, or excuse me, 93, Guo Chao Nan. Chang gets it over to Kentrell Barkley. You're gonna leave me open? You're gonna pay the price! Barkley! Well, you got a name like Barkley, you better be good. And he has been in this series. Now, Simbular, the Canadian, over into the corner. Keene, scooping and hooping, back outside to Lin, at the lane, spins, and is able, right at the end, to get the foul called on Cho. Pump fakes, spins, you name it. Watch this. And it was indeed that pump fake that got Cho Potion off the ground and allowed Lin to go to the free throw line and to cut that lead back to 9-5 now, 9-6. New Taipei City hosting the SBL Finals. Chang. Barkley. Drifts over, gets it over to Chang, who uses the glass a little bit too hard. Simbular with the rebound. Quickly to Keene. Keene pulls up, now passes it back to Lou. Now Lin, again in the lane. Passes it back outside, Lou. And a foul called on Barkley as Lou went past him. He gave him the pump fake, and Barkley bid on it, went up, and then reached as Lou went past him. So you're looking at the MVP there, Lou, from a couple of seasons ago during the regular season. And now the pass outside. Keene, it's on line. Boy, he was in another country taking that three-pointer. He was way out there. That ties it at 9 points apiece. Here, 4 minutes into that 4 minutes into that opening quarter. Hwang patiently misses, but chased down Cho, gets the rebound. Now Barkley, and he hits another three. That's his second. Kentrell Barkley. the second foul. Reach called on Barkley. You don't like to give away those cheap ones, especially early in the game. Already 2 fouls. And that's going to give Cho Jun-san something to think about. And his answer is going to bring in Wang Haoji, although he leaves Kentrell Barkley out there. Now hitting it on the baseline, Guo, number 93. And Barkley can ill afford to make any more silly reaches. Now Zaitsev, he missed 1 3 today, and not for the second time, he drills it. A couple of feet beyond the top of the key. Marcus Keene, silky smooth. Marcus Keene, a lean, mean fighting machine, puts it up and in. And he's got that look today. He knows it's do or die today for Yulon. Now a timeout has been called, so both teams will huddle up over on the sidelines. Here's another look at Keene. Well, maybe not quite as far as I thought, but it's Taiwan Beer leading it 15-13 here in the first quarter. Well, folks, don't forget we're looking for those stars. Send them in rapid fire succession on Facebook. Or you can also use the super chat on YouTube, and we'll give you a shout out. That's right, we'll give you a shout out if you give us those 500 stars on Facebook or on the super chat on YouTube. And once again, can't say it enough as we look some of the people here taking in the action and wearing the face masks because of the coronavirus pandemic. Safety measures in place. Fans not allowed here inside the arena in New Taipei City. But once again, a huge thanks to 11 Sports for sharing your feed with us so we can take this live basketball to the world. And I'll tell you what, 11 Sports have been doing a great job. Great pictures. So huge thanks for all of that. Chang up high, pulls up his dribble. A very quiet start for Chang. Zaitsev over to Huang. Will it be a second 3? No, it was short. He brought a little bit of rain, nevertheless missed it. Now the bounce pass, and Liu goes up and ties it at 15. Keene right now is pulling all of the strings for Yulon, and I think that bodes well for their chances today. He's almost got that look of jump on my back, folks. I'll carry you into that deciding game. So Guo Chao Nan reaches in and commits a foul. Here's Keene. He's been scoring, and this time he's been dishing. Huang takes a seat after missing that three-pointer. Huang Zhen has checked into the game, 0. And 3-point attempt off target. Lin with the rebound. Keene dumps it down low. They want to get Simbular involved. Huang Zhen right off the bench picks up the foul for Taiwan Beer. Liu is going to inbound the basketball to the Canadian, Simbular. Up high to Keene. Good hand in the face by Barkley, so he has to pass it to Lin. He has a hand in his face as well. Good defense by Taiwan Beer, challenging the three-point shooters. And then up it goes. Oh, and the missed layup by Wang. That was a gimme. Now Keene, well, last dance or what? He lays it up and in. Electric start by Marcus Keene. Just past 6.5 minutes into the game, Yulon with the advantage. Oh, Pass back to Barkley. Shot clock winding down. He had to launch it. Goes off the rim, but that long rebound goes out to LUXGEN. And now another offensive rebound. And this is where Barkley has really hurt Yulon in this series, his offensive rebounding. Meanwhile, Keen, a little bit of hang time from number 3. So the ruling was Barkley was in the shooting motion, but he misses the free throw. What better way to spend some time here today than sit back and enjoy a little bit of live basketball in the SBL Finals in Chinese Taipei. And the stakes are high. Marcus Keen crosses midcourt after Barkley's 1 of 2 effort at the line. Keen drifts in. Oh boy, no defense, and he missed a shot. There were no hands up. I think he must have been so surprised that it made him lose his concentration. Chang misses. Barkley was there for the offensive rebound, kept it alive, now gets in, gets swatted by Bular, but stays with it. And Barkley catches it and puts it up and in. Bular, slow to get up. And that really is a problem. They're struggling to keep Barkley off the offensive glass. Remember, he's got those 2 fouls. Team's huddling up again here late in the first quarter. Lee Te really trying to drive home his messages as is Cho Jun San during this second timeout that's been taken today. And while we have the timeout, I'll just go through some of the scoring. So for Taiwan Beer, Barkley already with 11 points, and then 3 points each for Huang, number 11, and Igor Zaitsev, those 2 players with 3-pointers. But the leading scorer is not Keen, surprisingly. He has 9 points. Thought he had more than that. 4 points for Guo, number 93. Chen Hao has checked into the game, 21. He has the ball stolen away. And Chang goes in, and that is a gift. Chen Hao, that is not going to make his coach happy. Chen Hao, a.k.a. Douglas Creighton, turning the ball over immediately. Now it's a 3-point lead. Sim Bular backs up Igor Zaitsev. Sim Bular trying to force that one. Great play by Guo to get stuck in. Now Igor Zaitsev wrestles the ball away. No jump ball was called. Chang. And 3-point shot, no good. Huang Zhen tripped and fell over. Keen on the 1-on-2 decides to go all the way. Nobody's going to stop him, he says. 11 points for Marcus Keen and cuts the deficit back to 1 point for Yulon. Yulon trying to win their first title since the 2009-2010 season, wearing the blue today. Barkley, and foul called on Igor Zaitsev, setting the screen and then rolling. That just cannot happen, especially when you come into the game your first contribution, a turnover that leads to a fast break. But fortunately, Marcus Keene, for Yulon anyway, fortunately, is on his game. Here he is, into the lane. Passes out. Ball goes up. Gets it back. Now Lou, right on target. And Yulon move back in front. 45 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Taiwan Beer and LUXGEN drills the three-pointer. That is one of the favorite spots on the floor, not just for him, but for his entire team. We've seen Huang drill it from there. We've seen Barkley, and now we've seen LUXGEN. We saw Huang Sung-han do it earlier. Keene taking the shot clock down to about 6. He launches and gets it right back. Yulon back in front. Wide open, three-pointer, good, how about that? So Taiwan Beer, number 22, Huang Hong-han, the three-pointer, and they take the lead right at the end of the first quarter, 26-25 over Yulon. So indeed, the points have been confirmed as good for Huang Hong-han. So it is 26-25 Taiwan Beer over Yulon at the end of a high-scoring first quarter here in New Taipei City, Chinese Taipei, in Game 5 of the SBL Finals. Now, Taiwan Beer started the series with a 1-0 lead by virtue of having the best team during the regular season. Yulon then won the first 2 games that were actually played in the finals, followed by 2 wins for Taiwan Beer. Hence, they have a 3-2 lead, and if they win today, they will win the title. And it would be their first title for several years. Meanwhile, Yulon trying to win the championship for the first time since the 2009-2010 campaign. They've got 14 points today from Marcus Keene, who has been as good as advertised, and Keene is being supported 4 points for Guo, 5 points for Lu, who just hit a three-pointer, and for Taiwan Beer, Kentrell Barkley has 11 points to lead the way. Second quarter action underway here in New Taipei City. Marcus Keene has the basketball. He passes it out to the perimeter. Lu. And LUXGEN saw the pass coming back out to the perimeter. He's able to knock it out of bounds with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Chen Hao gets it over to Keene. Leans into a three, it's good! As the shot clock winding down, 17 points already for Marcus Keene. He is looking like he might put up 30-plus points today. The dump down low now to Igor Zaitsev. And stepping out of bounds was Huang Sung-han, who has come back into the game. Now, we have seen a lot of three-pointers going in. Look at this one. Keene, when a man makes it like this, you know he is feeling it. But you saw the shot clock winding down and alertly got the shot off. Keen drives in. Ball goes over to LUXGEN. He hands it off to Chang. Chang, will he get it to Huang? Yes, he does. Chen Hao playing D on him. And Marcus Keen comes down and fouls Huang Hong-han. We've seen Marcus Keen sit down for much of the fourth quarter in the first in the earlier games, but I would not be surprised if he had played a little bit more today, closer to the 35, 36 minute mark. LUXGEN thought about, I think he was trying to bank it in. Keen alertly gets it up to Chen Hao, but not able to convert. Good defense by Guo, who's been terrific. Chen Hao again drives in, and this time he earns a trip to the free throw line. Looking at the referee like he wants an unsportsmanlike foul to be called. Here he is. Well, they're going to look at it. I don't think so. I mean, he's taking issue with the fact that he was already in the air and the defender came in underneath him and created a dangerous play. He might get it. It depends how the referees will interpret what they see. So this is a part of basketball. You know, you can go over and you can check out, you know, if you suspect that an unsportsmanlike foul has been called. And if that is the case, it would be a huge sequence for Yulon, who have a 2-point lead. They would have a couple of free throws, and then they would get possession. So a big decision coming here for the referees as Yulon really try to establish themselves in this do-or-die game 5 for them. So let's look at the refs. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I did not think it was unsportsmanlike. So a sigh of relief breathed by Cho Sun-um. Here we go. The foul was on Huang Hong-han. That stare from Chen Hao was possibly also born out of some frustration because he's had a rough last couple of games. And there you see Cho Jun-sam telling the referee that was an easy call, that it was not an unsportsmanlike. Why did you have to go look at it? But the referees have the prerogative to look at it, and I'm guessing that they were swayed by the stare given to them from Chen Hao. Now Igor Zaitsev, his attempt too long. Marcus Keen rebounds it. Well, nobody stopped him yet, and he keeps pouring in the points. Marcus Keen, once again, looking like a lean, mean fighting machine. And Coach Cho decides to call a timeout for Taiwan Beer. They've got to do something about Keen because he is becoming a problem, lifting his team into a 30-26 lead. Well, Marcus Keen with 19 points, leading the way. It's a game-high 19 points for Yulon, who are 4 of 3 from three-point range, 6 of 13, in fact, for Taiwan Beer. But inside the arc, Yulon are 8 of 15 from the floor, just 3 of 10 for Taiwan Beer. And Yulon have also had a big improvement in the free throw department. They were perfect, 4 of 4 today at the free throw line. Remember their profligacy from the charity stripe on Sunday really hurt them as Taiwan Beer won and forced and moved to within a game of the title. So it's the SBL Finals. Taiwan Beer in the blue leading it 3-2. They can win the title if they win today. And nice drive and a layup, cutting it back to 32-28. Always good to see a basket, an easy basket, coming out of a timeout for Coach Cho. Lou on the baseline, and boy, what a great job Guo Chao Nan has done today. I mean, he is doing a lot of the dirty work. He's doing a lot of the energy stuff, and this time he gets in there, challenges on the offensive glass. But defensively, Yulon was nowhere to be found on that last basket by Taiwan Beer. Barkley turns, puts it up. Again, offensive rebound for Barkley. This time misses, gets another offensive rebound, and finally scores. And you know what? We're just going to have to check his offensive rebounding numbers because he has been a force on the boards for Taiwan Beer. Lead goes back to 35-30. And now the ball stolen. Lou has it. Quick outlet pass to Keene. Keene, a long jump shot. Barkley. And Barkley is fouled. LUXGEN over to Huang. And Huang Sung Han off target. Now Guo, great hustle and gets the bump called on Cho. So Guo Chao Nan earns the trip to the line, making that statement that perhaps he should get some consideration for some national team action, bringing all the energy today for his team. Huang goes back out of the contest. Takes a breather. And the first miss from the line today by Guo. I'm not sure. I think they might have awarded him an extra free throw. Because of something that happened over on that Taiwan bench, Taiwan Beer bench. So that is indeed what has happened. Guo gets another one. He takes a deep breath and takes the lead up to 6 points. However, only makes 1 of 2, and Barkley with the rebound. And then he is fouled by Lou as he crosses midcourt. Barkley with 13 points, 22 points so far for Keene. Now Keene, wow, take it up to 24 points. Into the corner. LUXGEN has it blocked by Chen Hao. All smiles right now for Yulon in this must-win game. And the opportunistic Keen, you saw him pick up the loose ball after having the shot blocked. Great job by Chang getting in there to get the rebound. Chang from three-point range, good! Boy, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Taiwan beer. Bartender, give me a three-pointer. And they got it. They were starting to fade just a little bit. And now Keen hands it off. Whoa, follows up the miss. Boy, how terrific has he been? How terrific. The intensity he's bringing to the floor today for Yulon is huge. Chang leans into a little too, off the glass too hard. The ball goes out of bounds off of Chang and back over to Yulon. Chang almost looks like he's trying too hard here. Watch this. Did drill the three on that occasion. But look at Guo, the intensity, the effort. Takes it away from Wang Haoji and gets another 2 points. Keen bumped as he gets inside. He was not shooting. 4:28 remaining in the second quarter, folks. Send us those stars. Give us 500 and we'll give you a shout out. Send them on Facebook or on the super chat on YouTube. Wow. Guo, arguably the best player for Yulon today other than Keen, takes a breather. Huang comes in. Barkley takes a seat. And I think that was also Liu who checks in number 72 for Yulon. Yeah, Liu is indeed in the game. On the pass down low to Cho. Ball goes back outside. Liu for three. And they've got a 10-point lead, their biggest of the game, Yulon. So far, so good for them in this do-or-die game. Pass into Huang Jin. Cho reaches in, knocks it away, and then Huang Jin able to get the basketball back, and he is fouled. Dangerous moments here as Liu stretches the lead to 10 points. Dangerous time here for Taiwan Beer. They need to stop this run by Taiwan Beer or they are going to be in trouble at halftime. Huang hands it off to Huang Jin. Inside, oh, good play. Using the glass was Igor Zaitsev. Remember, Simbul are not in the game right now. Sacrificing size for speed are Yulon and is paying dividends. Chen Hao fakes the pass, puts it up and in. Well, he's a natural scorer, so no surprise he would take that option. 3.5 minutes to go in the opening half. 10-point advantage for Yulon. Yulon defending Huang now. Igor Zaitsev puts it on the deck. Outside to Huang again. He gets on the baseline. He kicks it out to Huang Jin. Makes a difficult catch. He's able to put it up. Are you kidding me? How did he make that shot? The three-pointer, it looked like Liu had knocked it out of his hands, but he was able to gain possession and put it up and hit it. Well, that has to be the shot of the game. Here's Keen. He's hit some threes himself today. Shot clock down to 6. Now Liu. Into the corner it goes. And Chen Hao, a.k.a. Douglas Creighton, sees his attempt rattle out. And now the pump fake, and the basket is good by number 27, Wang Haoji, forcing Yulon to call a timeout. And what a momentum buster that was made by Huang Jin. Watch. Here's Chen Hao taking this shot, but I think it's on the next the next highlight that we'll see, look at this. He gets it. Now look. Well, no. I thought he had lost control, but it was just a very difficult shot that he made with the defender, Liu, right in his grill. Now, this is a key point in the game. Remember, Yulon had led by 10 points and looked like they were on the verge of pulling away, but that LUXGEN shot went in, and it has changed the complexion of the contest. So 45-40 now, Yulon, and at bare minimum, they don't want to go to halftime leading by any less than 45-40. They need to recapture some of that momentum because right now it is back with Taiwan beer. Well, a huge thanks to 11 Sports for sharing your feed with us so we could take some live basketball to the rest of the world, which unfortunately hasn't been able to watch much because of the coronavirus pandemic. But it's great seeing some live action, and I know that everybody is eager for basketball, live basketball to return on every continent. It is a very frustrating time for everybody, but health comes first. But at least we get to watch these SBL finals here in Chinese Taipei. And it's Taiwan beer in the white that lead the series 3-2. Look at full court pressure there, almost coming up with a turnover. It was Taiwan beer. Now Liu passes outside to Guo. And Sim Bular was boxed out by Igor Zaitsev. So the run continues, perhaps, for Taiwan beer here late in the first half. They were down by 10. Now Chang over to Zaitsev. He's hit a three today. Will it be two? No, it will not be. And Liu gets the long rebound. He hands it off to Liu Chin-Yu. Now Guo again. Tough drive. He misses the shot, however. He did the hard work. He just did not finish. Now Chang, his pass. Who is it to? Huang or whoever was in the corner. Huang Hong Han was in the corner. Huang Son Han was on the wing, and it went right between them. So that was a break for Yulon. Chen Hao fakes the pass, gets it. Oh, a rejection. A rejection from Igor Zaitsev. Taiwan beer getting the big swat from the Ukraine train. Look at this. Wondering if that was on the way down. No, that was a great block. $1:15 remaining in the first half. Yulon. Liu stepping back, and the ball bounces over the long arms of Sim Bular. Oh, almost a double dribble there. Huang dribbling up high. This pass down low and then driving in, and boy, Chang just cannot buy a basket right now. And Igor Zaitsev then attempts to score with his left hand misses. But Guo, with a little bit too much emphasis on the authoritative rebound, loses it out of bounds. So Taiwan beer with 45.93 seconds regained possession with a full 24. And there's a timeout. So Coach Cho Jun-san is going to talk things over with his players. Well, the team's huddling up right now, getting timeouts here late in the first half. And it's Yulon with a 45-40 lead over Taiwan Beer, who have possession. And as they get ready to come back out on the court. Let's go over some of the scores. Kentrell Barkley has 13 points to lead the way for Taiwan Beer, 6 for Huang Jin, 5 apiece for Huang Hong Han, number 22, and Igor Zaitsev. Chang inbounds the ball to Zaitsev. Now Huang back to Zaitsev, bounce pass, Huang Jin, that's his favorite spot, but it's short. But another long rebound falls to Taiwan Beer. Yulon guilty of standing around. Not a good finish to the half for Yulon. Igor Zaitsev on the baseline. And again, Liu not really aggressively going for the basketball, but Yulon catch a break. Liu gets it. The point guard, and gets it back to Liu now. Final 8 seconds. Shake and bake time. And Liu is bumped, and I wonder if they might be tempted to put Marcus Keene back in the game here for the last 5.6 seconds. Yes, they will indeed. Also, Wang will go back out, and Simbular will also go back out. So Keene comes back in. He creates problems for Taiwan Beer on a different level, both with his shooting ability and his also ability to drive and dish. So Barkley comes back in, and it's interesting substitution with Barkley having those 2 fouls. So he does not want to pick up his third. Liu has it, double teamed, he gets it to Marcus Keene, but a foul was called before. They had fouls to give, so not a problem for Taiwan Beer. In fact, they did not have fouls to give, so that is a big mistake for Taiwan Beer. So indeed, they are in the bonus. Boy, what a bad decision by that man's team to foul right at the end of the half. And Liu goes to the line and makes the first free throw. The free throw shooting has been much better today, and that's one reason why they have a 6-point advantage. Liu takes his time and makes both. So up to a 7-point lead. Chang launches it, and it goes off the top of the backboard. So at halftime here in SBL Finals, Game 5, it is 47-40, Yulon on top of Taiwan Beer. Well, if things stand as they are right now, we will indeed have a deciding Game 6 on Thursday. Remember, Taiwan Beer started this series with a 1-0 lead because of their superior regular season, finishing top of the standings at the first and second half of that regular season. And because of that, they started at 1-0. Yulon then won the first 2 games that were actually played in the SBL Finals, followed by 2 wins for Taiwan Beer, which is why they have a 3-2 lead. And Guo is going to give some comments here. He's been outstanding overall for Yulon.
给我有机会去把握住这样子，就是这些工作。
当然，这也是你展现实力的时候。你要不要谈谈你上半场自己的表现？
也没有想那么多啊，因为其实 他们学长他们都打累了，因为然后我又休息蛮多场，那好不容易就是可以帮他们分担一点那个力量的话，那我觉得就尽力把教练他们需要我去做的，然后把它做到最好这样。
你最希望下半场有哪些细节可以稍微微调一下，帮助到你刚刚说的学长，帮助到球队？
就是一样嘛，就先从防守做起啊。那进攻的话就是交给学长他们，那就是他们投不进的话，我就帮忙抢，尽量把他们都制造机会这样子，然后帮助球队。谢谢。
谢谢张楠接受我们的访问，观众朋友先休息一下，我们马上回来。
47-40, it is Yulon on top of Taiwan beer at halftime. We'll be right back for the start of the second half. Well, folks, before we go away, let me just give you some stats. 7 of 8 from the free throw line today for Chinese Taipei. That has been crucial. Taiwan Beer have hit a couple more three-pointers. They're doing the job from three-point range, 8 of 20. Yulon 6 of 13. But inside the arc, Yulon have been much better. They are 11 of 23, whereas Taiwan Beer are 7 for 21. And, we talked about Barkley, Kentrell Barkley, doing such a great job on the offensive glass. Well, he's got 8 rebounds overall to go with his 13 points. But it's Marcus Keene with a game-high 24 points at halftime, leading the way for Yulon, who need to win this game to force a deciding 6th game on Thursday here in the Chinese Taipei SBL Finals. So once again, it is 47-40. Yulon on top of Taiwan Beer at halftime. We'll be right back before the start of the second half. 47-40 Yulon on top here at halftime against Taiwan Beer, and Marcus Keene is the main reason why. He has come out and been on fire, scoring 24 points. He's been hooping and scooping. He's got a couple of assists and also been ably supported by Guo Chao Nan, who has been terrific from the energy standpoint. Lu Chen Yu also big time and just an overall outstanding performance by Yulon. Crucially, we remember that they had so many misses at the free throw line on Sunday, uncharacteristically, and they have come out today and have made 7 of their 8 free throws. And it just goes to show you how important those free throws are, because they have a 7-point lead at the break. So if they can hold on and win this contest, we will have a deciding game on Thursday. What a great shot that was by LUXGEN. It looked for a moment like that might turn things around for Taiwan Beer. They pulled to within 5. They had possession, but they also had a bad turnover. And in any way, this Yulon team was able to go back. Well, folks, first of all, let me say thank you very much to 11 Sports for sharing their feed so that we can bring you the live action from the SBL Finals in Chinese Taipei. The reason why that's so important is because right now the coronavirus pandemic has brought a halt to a lot of the live basketball action, and we are thrilled to bring you some live action here in New Taipei City at the most important time of the season. Now, we are very keen for all of you that are watching to keep contacting us and let us know what you think about the broadcast. So please send us your stars and let us know what you think. Send us 500 stars and we'll give you a shout out. That's on Facebook or on the super feed on YouTube. So 500 stars and we will give you a shout out. Let me recap as well how this season and how these finals have gone. Taiwan Beer had the best record at the end of the first half of the regular season and at the end of the regular season, and therefore after getting to the finals, they were awarded a 1-0 lead in the SBL Finals. Hence, Game 1, they went into Game 1 with a 1-0 lead. Now, Yulon won Game 1 and Game 2 to go in front 2-1, but Taiwan Beer have since hit back to win Games 3 and 4, and now this is Game 5, and to get to a Game 6, we need Yulon to win today. Otherwise, if Taiwan Beer win it, they will take the title. And that would be their first title since the 2015-2016 season. Now, Yulon, you might remember, I've spoken about this, and Taiwan Beer are historic, iconic clubs in this competition. Yulon winning it the first 3 years of the SBL Finals, dating back to the 2003-2004 campaign. They won over Sina Lions, Dasin Tigers, and this Taiwan Beer Club. And then Taiwan Beer won it over Dasin Tigers and Yulon in 2007-2008. So each of these clubs have a victory over the opposing club in the finals before. You have to go back a ways, but it did happen. Yulon also won it in 2009-2010. That was the last time that they won this title. And then Taiwan Beer won it the very next year. And then Pullen won the following 2 years, and the one thing that was in common from 2009-2010 season all the way through the 2012-2013 season is that Dasan Tigers finished runners-up. So Dasan Tigers had won it in 2008-2009. That season, they beat Taiwan Beer in the final, and Dasan also won it in 2016-2017. Now Fubon won it. Fubon Braves won it last season, but elected not to defend their title this season, but rather play in the Asian Basketball League. So that is a recap, really, as it concerns these teams in the SBL Finals. Now, Marcus Keene, again, look at that, 24 points. He has been terrific. He's been hitting the three-pointers. He's been scoring on fast breaks. He's been driving and scoring on penetration. He's been scoring at the end of the shot clock. He's been dishing as well. Marcus Keene has been the man of the moment in that first half, 24 points. He could go off, folks, for a huge number today. Do not be surprised if Marcus scores 30-plus points today. And dare I say, he might even flirt with 40, and that would be a real tribute to him, because he needed to come out today and have a big game for his team to have a chance to win. You could tell he's got that look of, I've got to bring my best today for us to have a chance to come out and to win this championship. He's basically said, just jump on my back, guys, and I'll carry you to victory. But we've seen before in this series, Yulon leading by several points at halftime, but not able to close it out. These opening exchanges will be crucial for them as they look to hold Taiwan Beer at bay. Well, second half action underway here in New Taipei City, Chinese Taipei. It's the SBL Finals. It's Game 5, and here is Marcus Keene coming right out, and now goes to 27 points. He has been utterly sensational today for Yulon. Yulon sitting back in a 2-3 zone. I won't say it's the most active zone. Taiwan Beer now. Are they going to survive the onslaught by Keene? Chang hands it off. Oh, nice patient approach, and the finish by Cho Pushun. Sim Bular really has not been a factor today for Yulon. Now Lin from three-point range. The ball rattles out, but there's Guo. Boy, it's been awesome today, doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, boxing out and scoring with the putback. Barkley to Chang. Outside to Huang Zhen for three. That's his spot on the court, but it glances off the front of the rim. Grazes the front of the rim, rather, and falls to Liu. And now Keene has it with those 27 head-turning points. Here he is on the baseline. Good! He goes to 29. Somebody call the fire department. This man needs to be doused for Taiwan Beer fans. He is scorching hot. And now the turnover. Liu up to Keene. He goes to 31 points. Unbelievable performance for Marcus Keene. Liu alertly passes up, and Taiwan Beer have yet to come out of the locker room from halftime. They are asleep and getting punished by Marcus Keene as Yulon lead it 56-42. Well, alarm bells ringing for Taiwan Beer, who have now fallen behind by 14 points. Can this Yulon team come out and deliver a knockout punch over the next couple of minutes And certainly Marcus Keene with 31 points. It looks like that's his intention. 31 points, 8 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 6 from three-point range. And really terrific, but also crucially, number 93, Guo Chao Nan, getting that offensive rebound and put back. He's got 9 points. He's got 5 rebounds. Just a great overall performance from those two players. Lu as well. Lu Chin U continues to provide. He's got 10 points, 2 rebounds, and a couple of assists. So it's now wake up or go home for Taiwan Beer. I mean, they'll go home for the day anyway. They'll definitely have another game to get it right. Igor Zaitsev catches it wide open at the line and scores. So they find the opening in the zone and score to cut it back to a 12-point deficit. Keene pulls up and continues to pour in the points. 34. Points for Marcus Keene. Wow. And now the ball batted away. Kentrell Barkley catches it. Gets it back to Huang Jin. Now Chang from the right corner puts up an air ball. Keene again, open. And that was off the front of the rim. Now Wang on the baseline. Oh, a very important 2 points as Taiwan Beer just looked to stabilize things. Lin from downtown, and the ball goes out of bounds. Marcus Keene picks right up where he left off in the first half, 34 points. Timeout on the floor. Yulon leading it 59-46, and Marcus Keene has been, just been ridiculous. Referee's also looking at something perhaps to see if there was a three-pointer or something else. So coming out of the timeout, a 13-point lead here for Yulon and possession. Marcus Keene. Lin drives down into the paint. Oh, and the follow putback jam by Big Bad Sim Bullard. 61-46. Yulon back to a 15-point lead. Barkley gets it out to Chang, who's been ice cold today. And his pass intended for Huang Xin goes out of bounds. Dream scenario here for Yulon as they have really come out strong since late in the first half. And here early in the third quarter, Lin again. The ball batted out of bounds. It'll remain at this end for Yulon with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. Don't forget, you got Marcus Keene. He's as hot as a firecracker. And the inbounds play, the miss for Lin. That was a layup, yet a foul has been called on Taiwan Beer. Great work by Guo. Well, he's hustling more than anybody out there today. Chan comes out. Huang Sung Han comes back into the game. Huang Jin goes out. And Marcus Keene shaking and baking once again. You get the feeling this ball might be going up. He's going to pull it back. And great hustle by Huang Hong Han. Keene arguing there was a foul. 4.4 seconds to go on the shot clock. So the answer by Cho Jun San is to put Huang on Keene. Bular. Liu might have been bumped as he went up, but no call. Igor Zaitsev over to Barkley. This is where he thrives. He goes in. And a foul called up high on Guo. We haven't seen much of that today from Barkley. And if he can start getting the ball in the open floor, this thing can change in a hurry. Here he is. Well, might have gotten away from a push. Here he is. He gets it back. He puts it up. And Lin rebounds the miss. Hands it off to Marcus Keene. Keene tried to use the screen to get free. Well, here he is. He puts it up. Oh, it's good! Look at that. And he shows he had the man right in his face, and he still scored 37 points now for Marcus Keene. Huang. And the rebound by Lin. Marcus Keene takes it, and he will get a couple of free throws. That would have been a three-point play. Well, I've just been informed that the most points ever scored in an SBL Finals is 47 by Tien Lei, who played for Dasen. Keene's season high this year is 41 points. He had that on May 15th against Poen. Well, let's say it was 41 points. Not sure if it was on May 15th, but anyway, it was the 47 is the record that he is chasing. So that free throw takes it up to 65-46. Did anybody see this coming today? Okay, no, actually the 47 points was scored in the semifinals, not in the finals. So still chasing that one down. Huang has it. Igor Zaitsev puts it up. And Huang with the offensive rebound gets it back to Wang. Huang. Igor Zaitsev, a little jump hook push shot. Liu drives in, gets swatted out of bounds by Igor Zaitsev. So right now, Keene has, in fact, 38 points. Now the pass out to the right corner, and it's good for Yulon, and it's Liu. Biggest lead of the game, 20 points. Simbular rebounds the miss. Liu pushing it up the floor quickly. Keen, shaking and baking, takes it back outside. Of course, the fan. 68 in favor of Yulon over Taiwan beer, showing a little. Minutes into the final frame. And now they turnover, so this Yulon team starting to wobble a little bit, but now Keene forced that turnover and makes the bounce pass, gets it inside, and instead of going up with a hook shot or a layup, he tried to go under, and Cho earns the trip to the free throw line. So this is the second. For your Yulon, you just want the game to be over. It doesn't matter if you're winning by 20, 30, or 1. You just want to get the win. Right now, Chang drives in and earns the trip to the free throw line. Here's another look at Chang going baseline. Not the biggest player, but certainly fearless. Has long arms and uses those to good effect and gets to the free throw line. His team down by 17 points. There's still time for a comeback, but again, you would think it would take something extraordinary for this team to come back and win this game and therefore clinch the title. (85-70). Back to a 15-point lead. So Marcus Keene drives in and adds to his tally. He continues to get the job done. And this gives it back now to Keene. His team up by 17 points. We'll update you on his stats once we have a break in play, but 40-plus points in a game like today, well, he has been sensational. Here he is, goes up again, and continues to pour him in. He's had some big games in his career. I'm sure he's going to look back on this one as one of the all-time greats. And now the bump, and Chang is fouled. So I will just go right now and look back and tell you exactly how Mr. Keene has fared today. Well, he has been electric. 46 points, 7 of 10 from three-point range. By easily the performance so far of these finals. And now he takes a seat His team leading 89-70. Not about the points, it's about the win. And that's, I'm sure, what he'll be saying after this game. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and with Bular in front of him, Zaitsev had that quick release for the 2 points. Now Liu over to Chen Hao, Doug Creighton, and Sim Bular has the ball taken away, and it leads to a break. Penetration, Chang again, flies in, puts it up and in, cuts it back to a 15-point game. Oh, never say never. It's not over yet for Taiwan Beers. They try to chase the game. Liu, meanwhile, gets it and takes it all the way in. He is blocked, but Sim Bular there to get a very important offensive rebound and put back. And that takes the lead back to 17 points. Wang over to Cho. And Taiwan Beer able to get it off just before the shot clock expired. Sim Bular gets the rebound. And his team now with 4 minutes remaining and up 17. You have to say things looking very promising for Yulon. Chen Hao held by Igor Zaitsev. Referees might have a look at that and see if that was unsportsmanlike. Here it is again. Watch this. Okay, no, this is Sim Bular chasing down and getting the offensive rebound. (91-74). Liu has it. From way downtown, Liu steps into it and drills another three-pointer to take it back up to a 94-74 lead. Well, Yulon knew what they had to do today. They had to just come out, start well, and really the sense of urgency was there from the beginning for Yulon. And you can't help but think that Taiwan Beer have kind of perhaps let up just a little bit today. And as he was in the preceding two games, 15 points for number 32, Igor Zaitsev here. But they are trailing by 20 points. Well, the question remains now, Marcus Keene, has he saved anything for that decisive game? I guess he'd like to go back out there and try to get 50, but at the end of the day, if he can rest up, that might be more important in the grand scheme of things. Here's Igor Zaitsev, putting it off the back of the iron. Liu dribbling up high. And Liu stepped out of bounds. Turns the basketball over. Well, folks, while I've got your attention, be sure to send in those 500 stars to Facebook or on the Super Chat on YouTube, and we'll give you a shout out. Be sure to subscribe to both the FIBA YouTube channel as well as follow FIBA on Facebook. And also, may I ask, do you give a hearty thanks to 11, we'll give a hearty thanks to 11 Sports for sharing their feed so we could bring you the live action. Chen Hao from three-point range takes it up to 97. And it is looking more and more now like they are going to easily reach the 100-point mark, the century mark, here against Taiwan Beer. Remember, it was a very fast start for both teams offensively. Zhou Yi-Zhong drills the three-pointer to get it back to a 20-point deficit. So Chen Hao takes a seat. And now the question of momentum. Well, we've seen each of these teams win 2 games in a row in this series. And the bounce pass from Simbular. And really, Simbular was not a major factor at all in today's game. That's not to suggest that he won't be in the decider. But it's interesting how this game did take off. And really, the way that Taiwan Beer got some ugly baskets early on after getting a lot of misses. They got some offensive rebounds and putbacks from Kentrell Barkley. But at the end of the day, when a player comes out and scores 46 points, the way that Marcus Keene has today, and also I cannot emphasize enough the importance of the play of Guo Chao Nan, who started number 93 today and really brought the effort on both ends of the floor for Yulon. So back to a 20-point deficit after those 2 free throws for Taiwan Beer. And now will we get to the century mark? That's the big question. Wu Kai-xiang has the basketball. Guarded by Wang. Shot clock down to 6. Wu gets it to the corner. And driving in and denied are Yulon. And missing as well for Taiwan Beer was Huang Hong Han. Blue. Over to the corner. Well, it seemed like a foregone conclusion, but they are still looking for that 100th point. Will it come here? You know, it rattles out. And driving in and scoring was Wang, or Gang rather, Gang Wangzi. So again, looking to get to the 100-point mark. Who has it? And again, he will take as much time off the clock, it appears, as possible. Although victory is really a sure thing. So 99-81. Lee T.E. will be giving the post-game interviews, and he will also be cautioning everybody. He says, listen, you know, we know how good Taiwan Beer are. We can't rest on our laurels in this one. Here they are with another chance, and it looks like they're going to settle for an 18-point win, 99-81 over Taiwan Beer. So Yulon have done what they needed to do just to get the W today. Marcus Keene, an utterly sensational 46 points, leading the way. There he is. He knows he put his team on his back today and carried them into a deciding 6th game that'll be played on Thursday. Taiwan Beer, by virtue of the better regular season record, finishing top. They got the 1-0 lead in this series, but since then, Yulon now have won 3 of the next 5, and we have got a deciding game coming up after this 99-81 victory for Yulon. So Marcus Keene, I think, is going to give the interview here after the game. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say. Let's go down and listen.
场边为大家访问到玉龙纳智捷，今天攻下46分的 Marcus King，a huge victory from this team, and it comes from you and your career high 46 points. How does it feel?
Man, it feels great. I knew I came in here, just wanted to put on my best performance of the finals, and I did that. My teammates trusted me with the ball and let me make plays. And I didn't want to lose today. I wanted to get to Game 7, and that's what happened.
Do you know you break a SBL record?
No, I didn't know. I didn't even know I had 46. I just know I was scoring, but I was hooping, but I was in the zone. And when I'm locked in, I felt good. I felt really good today.
Because you are the first player scored more than 39 points of the SBL finals. Yeah, you heard that. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels great to, to have my name in the record books, but all I cared about was winning. And if it took me to score 46 today to win, that's what I wanted to do. And I mean, I feel very good.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, sorry, sign on the board. 基恩今天攻下46分，这是 SBL 在总冠军赛第一位攻下超过39分的选手。而第一人呢，就是第5季的陈信安。其实刚刚基恩讲到，他非常感谢球员喂球给他呢，他今天状态非常好，他只希望可以协助玉龙拿下胜利。我们将场边交给郑玲主播。
And at the end of the day, while he said it's great, you know what? The most important thing was the win, and that. He had to score 46 for them to get the win, so be it. So congratulations to Yulon, congratulations to these guys from 11 Sports for again doing a great job, 11 Sports overall for bringing us the coverage today. Great pictures as usual. Thanks for sharing the feed, and thanks to all of you viewers. Once again, a very, very decisive win for Yulon today as they come out and roll up and put up a big number, finishing just shy of the century mark, winning at 99-81 over Taiwan Beer. And now we will have a decisive game on Thursday between Yulon and Taiwan Beer. Join us then for the action. Thanks very much, folks, for joining us.